Tonight, Contact 7 Investigates continues to uncover secrets inside post offices throughout the Denver metro as more people come forward with concerns about delayed, lost, or missing packages.
Chief investigative reporter Tony Kowaleski shows us the delivery games your post office doesn't want you to know about.
Are you describing a secret game?
Yes.
Post office messing with numbers?
Yes, sir.
He's a current postal employee.
Essentially, you have proof the post office lied.
Right, that's it. And they said that 5 packages had been delivered and 0 were there.
And she's a customer of the Parker Post Office.
This deceitfulness is that they tell you something's been delivered and it hasn't been.
They have joined a growing list of postal employees and customers questioning the culture and credibility of Denver metro area post offices.
That evolved into USPS management telling us to scan parcels illegally inside the post office as if they were delivered. They weren't delivered.
Were you asked to falsify deliveries?
Yes.
Multiple times?
Yes.
Do you believe that what she said was accurate?
Absolutely.
Why?
It just seems to be commonplace in the culture. I've worked at 3 out of the 5 stations in Littleton, and I've seen it at every station.
Our investigation started in Parker. We then learned of similar problems in Evergreen. Now, new concerns coming to light about post offices in Littleton and Montbello. Issues similar to what we found in Parker.
I just really don't want them to say they've delivered something until it's been delivered.
Is the postmaster available by any chance?
No, she's not.
Christina Spencer called Denver 7 after our report on her post office, the Parker Post Office.
So the post office said the packages were delivered. What did your video camera show?
There was no evidence that anyone had ever come and there were no packages.
She says the inside story from a current and former employee justified months of her frustrations.
Here's our camera. It's not too hidden.
And they confirmed what her home video cameras appear to prove.
So the other one's up in a window in our office, and it overlooks the mailbox. So we can see if anyone drops something off, picks something up.
You see, back in December, the Spencers got an email from the post office announcing 5 important holiday packages were delivered.
When you checked your video camera, was there any evidence that the packages had been dropped off?
No, not at all. Not at all. And the 2 cameras agreed with each other. There was no evidence that anyone had ever come.
And here's where conflict enters this picture. Christina says she got no response from the post office when she questioned the delivery. And postal executives have flat out denied the accusations made by current and former Parker Post Office employees. Is the Postal Service investigating claims about scanning parcels as delivered when they weren't delivered?
When you brought this up, it was thoroughly investigated, and we saw no evidence of the claims. So that was an outright fraudulent claim.
Which brings us to this report, published in December of last year by the Post Office's Office of Inspector General. Insiders call it a scathing audit of the Montbello Post Office. Investigators there uncovered delayed and undelivered mail. These pictures show mail and packages from 3 Montbello routes that were not delivered on the day promised. And this picture shows a day's worth of mail undelivered and left in a mail truck. And investigators also discovered 23 packages marked as delivered but sitting in the post office.
The way they play these games, it's very disheartening.
Games exposed in the Montbello report, games identified by current and former employees and customers like Christina Spencer. Frustrations we've now heard in Evergreen, Montbello, Littleton, and Parker.
It's a big problem, and there are a ton of people that are having this issue, and they're not only in our neighborhood.
Christina Spencer is not alone. In fact, Denver 7 has received dozens of emails from postal customers and employees from throughout Colorado and the country, further confirming concerns raised in our reporting. Now, the Postal Service sent a written response saying the problems raised in that audit about Montbello have been both addressed and corrected, and they've added additional employees to help fix some of those issues. If you want to read their entire statement and watch our report, you can log on to thedenverchannel.com. I'm Chief Investigative Reporter Tony Kowaleski. If you've had problems with the post office, get a hold of me. I want to know about them.